What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to your reading. We're going to see what you need to know right now for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn. Growing pains, healing, patience, and unconscious, along with eternal center. There's a place within me, still, calm, steady, eternal. Guru, protection, and peace. So, Capricorn, you're going through an awakening. You're going through an ascension process, a lot of realizations, a lot of epiphanies, and overall just getting back into center with your true divine nature. We have the mystic at the bottom. There's a reason why you have those dreams. Intuition, high priestess, and visionary. So you're going through some necessary level ups. Trust the process. You are evolving, stepping into a new version of yourself, a new experience. And as you're shifting awareness, there's something about you that's different. There's something that has changed you. There's something that, like, you're not the same person you used to be a month ago, a couple years ago. Like, there's just, you're in this transitionary state. I'm really curious to see where this is going to take you. I can't wait to get into tarot. We're about to. But I want to say, keep going. Keep going. Spring has just begun over here in the northern hemisphere. This is marking the start of a new season, a new chapter. We just started Aries season. If you're listening to this reading when I post it, it's March 23rd as I'm doing this reading. Spring has just begun. Aries season, the new zodiac year has just started. It feels like there's this rebirth, and there's something about your vibration that's rising. It's changing. What is this gonna be about? Let's see. But you're in this state of being ready for what's next. Like, you're ready. You weren't ready then, but you're ready now. The time has come. You've been prepared. You've been in this still flow, this observation state, this reflection state. It feels like right now you were preparing for the takeoff. It's like filling up the gas tank. Your battery is charging. Something big you're about to be doing. Oh, there we go. We got a card flipping out. Eight of Swords. Right now, you may not be able to see it. Star in reverse. Okay, right now you may be having trouble seeing beyond your mind's limitations and past experiences. There may be some part of you that's having doubts or difficulty believing that there's better out there, there's more out there for you. Star in reverse tells me that there's a bit of a hiccup. There is some sort of, let me see underneath here, Star, Temperance reverse. There's something that's out of balance, feeling a little bit off, but it's most likely just internal. It's most likely an inner shift that's required. That's why we had growing pains and eternal center, okay? So internally, check in with yourself. Where is your mind at? What thoughts are you having? How are you speaking to yourself? What's your inner dialogue like? Like, just to observe what's coming through. So right now, I'm getting with that Eight of Swords, Temperance reverse, Star reverse. You could be having a lot of negative criticism or self-doubt right now. So you got to get into that inner peace kind of state. Knight of Swords with Judgment at the bottom. Whew. Okay, a lot of pressure, kind of, it's dense. It's feeling quite dense here. Knight of Swords, things could be moving very quickly in your reality. Lots of the thoughts that you're having, things that you're telling yourself seem to show up quite instantly. But then I'm also getting an energy, I don't know why my eyebrow is itchy all of a sudden, but it feels good to scratch. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe here where you're like looking at your reality, like, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Where the heck is it? It should be here by now, or I should be over this thing by now, or why am I still stuck? There seems to be like a mental like restlessness, this urge to get going, or like pressure to hurry up. You might feel like you're running out of time. You might also be jumping to conclusions, like you're on high alert, you're ready to defend, you're ready to like swing your sword. But the fact that we have judgment at the bottom is saying like, yo, use your discernment. You're a little trigger happy right now. Use your discernment. Right? Your judgment, 8 of Swords, your judgments might be a little off. Judgment, 4 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Yeah, judgment's a bit off. You're not seeing 100% at this moment. So that's where we got to get into the divine flow. We need to get still. We need to calm. We need to get grounded. We need to center ourselves. Okay. Knave of Cups. So there may be some sort of conversation in the near future between you and another. It could be somebody younger than you, or it could be a water sign. It might be pulling at your heartstrings, or you could be feeling very vulnerable, or, you know, just exposed. Maybe you're feeling a little uncomfortable. What do we have? 7 of Coins. You're thinking a lot of what you want to say, how you should say it. You're putting a lot of thought into the words you're going to express. It's like if you're crafting a text message, you're like going back and deleting it and then typing some more and then deleting it and typing some more. And, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles, this is showing how there's like a lot of time and thought that you're putting into this. You do have time. We just talked about, you may feel like you're running out of time. You may feel like time's going by really fast. There's this energy of like, you can take your time. I was saying this in the last reading, spring doesn't rush, neither should you. High Priestess and the King of Coins. There's this deep inner knowing all is well, that there is something that's here to stay, or something that's stable or long lasting. Something's developing and getting stronger. The foundation is solidifying. 6 of Swords is also underneath that. Yeah. Okay. So something that you could be discussing or talking about is really starting to materialize or become more solid. Knave of Cups, sometimes that's more like surface level. It may be kind of fleeting, but that earthy energy that we were seeing at the bottom is showing that it's becoming more real. It's becoming more lasting, permanent, even. Five of Wands. So what's the resistance here? The Sun. Struggling to be happy, challenging the good things. You're like, so that's the thing, right? If we're talking about our mindset, let's go back to the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords and 5 of Wands. When we're thinking, oh, I just knocked my cord. My camera might just bumped a bit. But when we think in ways that are against us, when we're thinking negatively, do you challenge those thoughts, or you do just believe it initially? You just believe it. You're like, oh my God, I must be right. That bad thing, oh, it's probably true. So then when something good happens, or when you think of something positive, why do you have trouble believing that? You're like, oh, that can't be true. I can't, that's a miracle. Like, that is too good to be true. That's not real. It's an illusion. It's just fantasy. It's makeup. It's make-believe. But when we're having negative thoughts, we're like, oh, that's gotta be fact. That's gotta be true, dude. Like, Knave of Cups to the 5 of Wands. So there's like this emotional confliction here, or your heart's being pulled in different directions. You're conflicted. Like, your heart is all over the place. This can also represent conflict within your relationships, maybe communication issues, drama, tension. Maybe there's competitiveness. You feel like you have to compete for one's attention or for recognition. You may feel, and maybe this is a story that you're telling yourself, that in order to be happy, you have to work really hard for it. You might be saying, well, In order to be loved, I have to work really hard for it. In order to make a lot of money, I have to work really hard for it. It doesn't come easy. Like, are you telling yourself those things? Because again, 7 of Cups, that's a choice. Choose carefully of what you select. Because what are you choosing out of all these cups? 7 of Cups. You got all these different possible paths, possible mindsets, possible whatever the fuck actions. What do you keep choosing, Capricorn? 3 of Swords underneath that? Why are you choosing that? Out of all the possible experiences, all the possible paths, all the possible stories you're telling yourself, and you're choosing the one that's resulting in heartbreak, disappointment, guilt, regret. Like, what the fuck? Shaking you through the camera. Get it together, my friend. Get it together. Because 6 of Coins in reverse. No, just kidding. 9 of Coins in the reverse. This is bringing in, or like it's like validating your insecurities. Okay, so this is now where we need to bring attention to ourselves, our self-concept, how we take care of ourselves, our confidence, right? 9 of Coins in reverse. This can be bringing attention to our money situation, our finances. Maybe it's not the most ideal. Maybe we are reliant on someone. We need external support, or, this can sometimes represent like lack of independence or lack of freedom within yourself. Lovers underneath that. So this could be about a relationship. Maybe this is representing the early stages of codependency. Oh, I need this person in order to feel sustained, fulfilled. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways. Dude! The Sun, 3 of Swords, 7 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. I mean, we could read this as if there's any illusions or deceptions, the Sun will bring light to it. Clarity will bring you the evidence of what's real and what isn't. So you're looking at a situation and you're thinking, oh my God, all this heartbreak, all these possibilities that could go against you. And then the sun shines and it's like, oh, all that wasn't even real. Oh, that was just in my head. Oh, I was just, for the longest time, I believed that it was hard to be loved. I was not worthy of receiving love or something, right? Knave of Cups. But that's not true. You're always worth love. You're always worthy. So, I mean, like, fuck. Whatever this is, it's an inner battle that you're stepping into, bringing more peace. This is the growing pains, right? This is the growing pains that you're having to overcome during this period, during this process. So, however this is applying for you, whether it's about your relationships, whether it's about your money, whether it's about just your overall self, there's like an inner shift that's going on, but it's because you're unlocking a new awareness, and now you're becoming aware of the new, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I lost that train of thought, but let's just keep going. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 1 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Like, you're having trouble believing what someone's saying. Now, do their words and actions line up? So if they don't, well, then I understand. 3 of Swords at the bottom. Let's pull some. 4 of Wands. See, something's being de-escalated. From 4 of Wands of clashing, not seeing eye to eye, there's this inner struggle internally. We're experiencing this within the outside, our relationships, or we're struggling to be seen, or, there's a lot of competitiveness. 4 of Wands is where finally things are stabilizing, things are starting to resolve. We're feeling grounded, we're feeling at peace. I'm also hearing resourceful. Okay, you're feeling important, you're feeling valuable, you're feeling like, okay, you matter, which you do matter, right? Hangman, what did we just say? Perception, our mindset, what we're thinking, what we're telling ourselves. So there's this whole shift in your awareness, right? Hangman, this is a very spiritual card. This has nothing to do with the outside world, but has everything to do with the internal. Eternal center. This is a very spiritual reading, Capricorn. This has to do with you. It's about you. Hangman, 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. So you're really having to persist. You're really having to remain strong. And on target, 10 of Swords and the Queen of Coins. Having to make some sacrifices in your physical reality. Maybe it's about your money. Maybe it's about saving. It's about your job. There's something that you can't continue and you're having to really stand your ground. Okay? There's this new approach, this new awareness, Hangman and the Six of Swords. This is you taking the alternate path. And perhaps there's that strong pull or that urge to go back to the old path, the old identity, the old experience, what's out of habit, out of what's familiar, but you're having to go against the grain and choose the new way. And at first it might feel weird, at first it might feel uncomfortable at first, but look, that diamond, right? The diamond in this card, diamond formed under pressure, which we were saying, and I felt that pressure energy when we first started. I think it was with the first two cards. I was like, I feel like pressure, like it feels a little dense. So you're the diamond that's under some pressure right now, but my gosh, you're sparkling, you're glowing. There's this shine that you're coming out of with this new awareness, this beauty, this, it's beautiful. This process is beautiful. You're evolving and growing. Let's get another one. King of Swords. Okay. There's some steady progress, right? Because we start with the Knight, and then we work our way up to the King. This is nice, gradual improvement, Capricorn. And again, most of this reading, it's like, has to do with your mind. A lot of air. A lot of this has to do with your mindset and the thoughts that you're telling and how you speak to yourself and how you communicate with others. So there's this energetic maturing that's going on. There's that ascension that we were saying at the very beginning. Your energy, your vibration is rising and increasing as you're shedding old beliefs, old experiences. We have the Tower at the bottom with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, more of that air energy, and the Six of Swords, more of this air. This is all internal. I swear, if you're a cross watcher and you're like, what's going on with Capricorn? Capricorn's going through, and look, the moon, this is subconscious shit. With the devil, yeah, you guys, your inner demons, your own inner struggles, traumas, pains, addictions. And then we have the Hangman. You're going through this huge spiritual awakening. I'm hearing spiritual quest. You're doing some soul searching here. You are not giving in. You're not giving in to what you used to. There's this massive shift. So literally Tower here to shake shit up. This Nine of Swords reverse, this is epiphanies. This is realizations. This is now seeing, this literally the growing pains card, right? Wow. Let's look into this. I want to look into this. This is so interesting here. But you're seeing things clearly. This is the blindfold being ripped off. And you're like, holy fuck, like it all makes sense. Wow, like you finally have unlocked the key, the door, forwards, like big ass breakthrough. Let's see what this is. So let's see, first of all, the Tower, because maybe there's an experience that's going on in your reality, and it's like forcing you into this new awareness that if it wasn't for the shakeup, if it wasn't for, maybe it was a loss, maybe it was some sort of, it could have been a shitty situation or something that you weren't prepared for, but energetically, spiritually, you were prepared for, right? I was getting that at the beginning with these oracle cards, being like, it feels like you're being prepared. Like there's this preparation that's going on. So it's like your spirit, your soul knew this was coming. Your human ego was like, oh my God, what the fuck? But everything is coming together. So let me see what are the Towers here. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, so this was a surprise. But what is this? Nine of Swords. Look, this is at the bottom. All the swords in this reading. Do you have any heavy air placements? Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius? Comment down below if you do. Death. This fell out, and that also fell out on Knave of Cups, so I will keep that there. Because I think for some, this is a conversation that has triggered you. Okay, what do we got? The Devil, okay, and the Queen of Wands. Two of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Whoa, that's a big jump. 10 of Pentacles, whoa, big jump. There's something here you're juggling. I'll show you in a second. Okay. there's this trouble, or there's something you're struggling with expanding. You're staying in your comforts. Queen of Wands, she loves her comfort zone. She loves to just be in her own little comforts and just like be chilling. You know, she likes to have certainty. When it comes to starting anything new, she likes to know, oh yeah, I'm going to be good at that. If she tries the first time and she sucks, she might not continue. You know, because there's, especially with this combination, it's showing someone that struggles to branch out, or someone who struggles to challenge themselves. There's like that perfectionism that's coming in. So anyways, this Tower is here to bring you into this new state of awareness, or to change things. Because this approach, where is this getting you? Queen of Wands and the Devil. This is just keeping you stuck in this perpetual loop. Addictions, patterns, habits, just staying stuck and stagnant, and you're capable of so much more. But maybe in your head, you're saying, well, maybe I'm not, maybe I can't, maybe I'm not able to reach those goals, or this is maybe where you're struggling with self-esteem. So Death coming out when we were clarifying the Tower, it did fall out on the Knave of Cups. So I'm not sure if you had a conversation, or you're going to be talking with somebody and it just like triggers this wake up call, like realizing like, holy fuck, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep living this way. Or it's like revealing your fears of like, what is it that you're really scared of? What is it what's the worst that could happen? Or maybe it's just fear of change, right? Death is all about change, releasing. It's stepping into a whole new world, a new experience. We don't know. It's unfamiliar territory. This is where we lose control. And let's be real, like Eight of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Devil, they like to have a sense of control. They like to have a sense of knowingness, of like certainty. They want certainty. This represents someone who really wants to have like 5 steps, 10 steps ahead. They want to know how everything's going to play out. They're the type to overthink, overplan. If it's about a conversation they're anticipating, they like to like almost play out the conversation in their head before it happens. This is someone who overplans, plans. And then when things maybe don't go according to the plan, they're like, oh my God, like I've lost all control. I've lost the steering wheel. The steering wheel has become detached. So anyways, Death at the bottom that we seen here was this. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Oh, wait, hold on. It was the 2 that came out first. Like, this was the bottom, then it was these. But the way we're looking at it is like this 8 of Wands to the 2 of Coins. News, information, movement in the 3D. And you're kind of wavering, or you're kind of going back and forth. You're like, you know, but you can't, that's the thing, you can't keep juggling for very long. Sooner or later, you're going to have to make a decision. Sooner or later, you're going to have to choose. Now, this 8 of Wands, what is this 8 of Wands? It is the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So this is bringing attention to our physical world, our tangible world. This is bringing attention to your confidence, how you show up, how you see yourself, how you view yourself, how others view you, how you interact with others, your commitments, contracts, your duties and responsibilities, your career, your foundation, right? This is bringing attention to like the things like this is bringing attention to your outside world, because Pentacles is the physical 3D dimensional world. So you're at this crossroad. It doesn't feel like a crossroad though. I think as we continue to clarify this 9 of Swords in the reverse and then the 6 of Swords, it'll give us more information. So let me just move to that. It's 9 of Swords reverse. Because that 2 of Swords is where you're still indecision. You're still unsure. You're still going back and forth. You're still in that 8 of Swords, like, I don't know what to do, right? Or this change, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel stuck, or I feel like I'm not ready, or I'm not prepared. So this 9 of Swords in reverse, there's that awareness, that there's this epiphany. Let me see what this is. And you finally see and understand. Oh, the 7 of Cups coming out. Okay. 9 of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords. Okay. This fell out. the Nine of Wands that fell out on the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands, there's a little bit of the energy of where you're not fully trusting. You're not fully trusting either of yourself or of others or what's being presented to you, or like the reality that is being shown here. Now, Seven of Cups to the Queen of Swords, this is where we need to lower down our options. We need to be selective. We need to be choosy. We need to even be more analytical right now. We need to look at the facts. Facts, not fiction. Queen of Swords and this Nine of Wands. This is where we are having to protect ourselves. And that was, what is this? Eternal Center literally said guru, protection, and peace. So what brings you the most peace? Out of all these possible paths, options, opportunities that are available or that are being pushed in your direction, what one brings you the most peace? That's what you should choose. That's what you should choose. Now, since the Nine of Wands fell out on the Five of Wands to the Four of Wands, there's part of you, because we're seeing there's this de-escalation, or if there is some sort of conflict or drama or tension, misunderstandings, confliction, whatever this is, whatever this challenge is, and it's being resolved to the Four of Wands, and things are finally starting to calm down and stabilize and become more secure and at peace. You're not trusting it, or you're skeptical of it, or you're like, we're going to probably run into the Five of Wands again, aren't we? I must be on guard. I must be on protect mode. I must be on defense. I gotta look over my shoulder. Gotta sleep with one eye open, sort of thing. Like that's what this is feeling like. Okay, and then we were trying to move away from the Two of Pentacles. Well, guess what? It's back, baby. It's back at the bottom. Two of Pentacles. We're still on the fence. You're still like, what do I do? What do I choose? Which way do I go? 10 of Cups and the Alchemist. Okay, and look, 6 of Wands. Okay. So you know how I was saying, like, what out of all the options, what makes you feel the most at peace? What feels the best? Well, you now know what that is. You know what that is. You've made your option. You've selected your option. Holy fuck. You've made your selection. Okay. There we have it. There's a couple different ways you could go about this, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you're going to reach this wish fulfillment, best case scenario, ultimate life, happy home, happy life, happy wife. If it's about your career or starting a home business or whatever the case may be, moving for some of you, traveling for some of you, starting a family for some of you, whatever this is, alchemist, magician, whatever you choose, it's yours. It's literally in your favor. Okay. So 6 of Swords. Let's look into that. Oh, I didn't want to shuffle. Okay. 6 of Swords for Capricorn. Strength, Leo energy. 2 of Wands. You guys always get into twos. This reading, twos. Choices, decisions. Hangman and the High Priestess. 5 of Pentacles reverse, 6 of Swords reverse, and 4 of Cups at the bottom. Ace of Swords. Okay. All right. So, I mean, this is it. This is it. This is where we have to rely on our inner strength. We have to rely on our inner faith and trust within ourselves, within our inner knowing. And even these I moved my mouse. Even these growing pains, it's teaching us something of value. Is it uncomfortable? Is it triggering? But this is giving us the opportunity to choose the best path forwards instead of staying stuck, stagnant in this perpetual cycle, feeling unfulfilled, feeling stuck, feeling unhappy, feeling we can't have X, Y, Z. No more of that bullshit. We're finally choosing the new path, the new life, the new experience, right? Our new awareness, because we've been doing the reflection, we've been doing the inner work, we've been flipping the script, we've been changing the narrative, changing the story we tell ourselves. We've been honoring, listening to our inner knowing, our intuition, our internal center, right? We're calibrated now. We're finally calibrated. This is what's going on. Like, holy fuck. This entire reading, Capricorn, very spiritual time for you. This is where you're finally truly letting your intuition guide you, and you're getting out of a shitty situation, Five of Pentacles, or whether this is financial, right? You're not the most supportive experience, financially speaking. Emotionally, you're feeling detached or alone, but this is the energy of coming out of that darkness, coming out of the struggle, coming out of a period of like isolation or feeling lack of support, disconnected from others, disconnected from your loved ones, your partner, yourself even. Like if you felt that block from accessing your intuition, if you felt like you can't hear your intuition, because let's be real, Eight of Swords, you've had that card come out a couple times with the Nine of Swords. How the fuck can you hear your intuition when your mind is racing? It's like trying to answer a phone in a super loud, busy room. You can't hear what the person's saying on the other side. So you got to quieten down. You got to remove yourself from the distraction, from the outside noise. So Five of Pentacles reverse, Six of Swords reverse, and the Four of Cups. This is kind of, and then the Ace of Swords. This is kind of like an energy of returning to something familiar. It's like going back to a place, a person, something, whatever that you weren't able to comprehend or understand like recently, but you're uncovering it now because your approach is changing. You're going back to this with a new understanding, with clarity now. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to make this make sense. Wait, what is this? Nine of Pentacles, oh, Swords, Emperor. What you didn't know then, you know now. What you didn't know then, you know now. So there's like something you're returning to, but your approach has changed because you've unlocked this new awareness and you've made your selection, right? We don't have that anymore. It was the Ten of Cups. I don't remember the other card. It was the Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I think we saw the Six of Wands, something else. Maybe it was a Star. I can't remember. But you've made your selection. So you've made your selection. It's kind of like the retrograde energy, right? When Mercury was retrograding, Mercury is over here in Pisces, almost near Aries, but then it went backwards. And now we're going to go back forwards. So it's like we're retracing our steps. We learn from our mistakes. Growing pains. Eternal center. Oh my God. Oh, something like that. I know whoever this message is for, this will make sense to them. So if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. But that's where I'm going to leave your reading, Capricorn. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Private readings are available down in the description box. You can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at JadeStoneTarot. And I know you're having an amazing day. And I'll see you later. Bye, Capricorn.